Ethan never thought he had a problem. Every evening he sat at his messy desk for hours with books, highlighters, and notes scattered around, believing he was working hard. Yet his grades stayed average because, deep down, nothing was really sticking in his mind. A week before his finals, frustrated after reading the same biology paragraph repeatedly without remembering anything, he gave up, until his older sister Emma pointed out a truth he didn't want to hear. He wasn't actually studying. He was just sitting there. Confused, Ethan asked what he was doing wrong, and Emma explained that he was using ineffective methods like passive reading, mindless highlighting, and copying notes, which feel productive but don't train the brain. She introduced him to a different approach, active learning, and challenged him to close his book and write everything he remembered. At first he struggled, but when he checked the gaps, his brain finally felt engaged. Over the next few days, Ethan realized his problem wasn't effort but strategy, and Emma guided him through smarter techniques like active recall, spaced repetition, explaining concepts out loud, and studying in focused sessions with short breaks. It wasn't easy at first. His brain resisted and the process felt harder. But slowly things began to change. He needed fewer hours, understood more, and felt in control. When exam day arrived, he walked in with calm confidence, and instead of panicking, he remembered enough to answer clearly and even had time to review. Weeks later, when results came out, his grades had improved significantly. Not perfect, but proof that his new method worked. Sitting at his now clean and organized desk, Ethan smiled, realizing the real lesson wasn't just better grades, but learning how to learn. Understanding that most students don't fail because they are lazy, but because they were never taught the right way. And that true success comes not from studying longer, but from studying smarter. Because while it may feel too late someday, today is still a chance to change. Ethan never thought he had a problem. Every evening he sat at his messy desk for hours with books, highlighters, and notes scattered around, believing he was working hard, yet his grades stayed average because nothing truly stayed in his mind. And a week before his finals, after rereading the same paragraph again and again without understanding it, he finally felt defeated until his older sister Emma pointed out that he wasn't really studying, just sitting there pretending to be productive, which confused him at first but slowly made him realize that his methods, passive reading, endless highlighting, and copying notes, were the real issue. So she introduced him to active learning and asked him to close his book and write what he remembered, a task that felt uncomfortable but opened his eyes to how little he actually retained. And from that day, everything started to change as he began using smarter techniques like active recall, spaced repetition, teaching concepts out loud, and focused study sessions. And although it felt difficult in the beginning, he noticed that he needed less time to study while understanding more deeply. And when exam day came, instead of fear, he felt calm and confident, answering questions clearly and finishing on time. And when the results arrived, his grades had improved significantly, proving that the problem was never his intelligence but his approach. And instead of stopping there, Ethan continued refining his system, setting clear goals for each study session, tracking his progress, removing distractions like his phone, and even helping his classmates who struggled the same way he once did, explaining concepts in simple ways that not only helped them, but strengthened his own understanding. And gradually he became someone others looked up to. Not because he studied the longest, but because he studied the smartest. And he realized something powerful, that learning is a skill anyone can master with the right strategy, patience, and consistency. And as months passed, his confidence grew beyond academics, affecting every part of his life, from decision-making to discipline. And one day, while sitting at his now clean and organized desk, he paused and smiled, remembering the version of himself who once thought long hours meant success. And he understood that the real transformation wasn't just better grades, but a completely new mindset, one that focused on quality over quantity, understanding over memorization, and progress over perfection. And if there was one message he wished he could give to every student feeling stuck, it would be this: you are not failing because you are incapable. You are struggling because you haven't been shown the right way yet. And once you learn how to learn, everything changes, because success doesn't come from studying harder. It comes from studying smarter. And the best part is, It's never too late to start, as long as you decide to begin today.